Hello everyone, it's me Marie. I haven't really posted in a very long time, and by a very long time, I don't think it was since I think the last time I posted was last year. If not last year, probably way earlier on this year, so January. I tried to post a video, but it was very cringy and I didn't like it. And now that I found out that a Dendro character is coming out in Genshin, that video isn't even needed anymore, so there's no point in trying to revive that. But maybe one day I'll sing it again. So today I'm going to just be talking about Eliza Amihan. I got that last name literally 2 seconds ago. The first thing I searched up Filipino names for air, and I was like, got it, Amihan, that's it. There we go. But that's obviously up to change. Everything's open to change. Nothing's ever final. And a lot of that has happened with the show, definitely. I'll come up with ideas and then I realise I don't like that, so I change it. I don't think I've ever made any drastic changes. A lot of them are very small, and I change because I feel like it'll just make the characters better or more enjoyable. So, I've been working on the characters themselves, their stories. I've finalised the songs for the prequel series already, and I have the lyrics down and stuff like that. I have the characters they're gonna meet, I have the battles that they're gonna face during this prequel series. The main series is pretty much done. It's just the final season, which I'm a bit stuck on because, well, I want the show to end with a bang, and I want to make sure it's not rushed or forced or weird or underwhelming, stuff like that. I want it to be overwhelming. I want people to cry. But the show's been going pretty well so far, and I'm happy about that. So, as I'm voicing over, you're probably going to see me trying to draw something. I'm really bad at using my drawing tablet, so I thought maybe I should start practicing now, especially now that I have a lot of time left because all my exams are pretty much finished for this year. Next year's pretty much the hard stuff that I have to deal with because next year's year 13 for me, and I have A-levels and stuff like that. So now I'm taking a bit of a break and I'm trying to enhance my skills with using a drawing tablet. I don't have a screen tablet, so I've definitely struggled a lot with, I feel like when I'm drawing with my non-screen drawing tablet, it's I feel like I'm a third person point of view when I'm playing a video game. That's what it feels like, and I'm trying to get better at it. As you can probably tell, this isn't really a scripted video. This is just me talking off the top of my head, so I am going to waffle and say a lot of crap, but bear with me because this video is 20 minutes? No, not 20, double that. It's 40 minutes long, so yeah, I feel like that's what everyone deserves. I haven't been on for a very long time, so I think a 40-minute video kind of makes up for it. So Eliza is she has the air element. She's a descendant from the air element, and this is from her mother's side of the family. And her father is Filipino. Her father's from the Philippines, and her mother is from Colombia. I thought of that idea because the people who kind of remind me of Eliza in my life, I thought, I should kind of use them as a template for who I want Eliza to be. Like I probably said before, I didn't base the characters off of anyone because they initially started off as imaginary characters. But as I grew up, I met people who reminded me a lot of them. Even had people with the same names as them, like Alex and stuff like that. And Eliza, she reminds me of two people in my life who also come from Colombia and the Philippines, so I thought I might as well incorporate that into her culture. I also thought it'd be very interesting to, get to know those types of cultures, especially the Filipino cultures, because I've had a couple, let me change that. I've had a few Filipino friends in the past, and I never really got to ask them about their culture. I mean, I've been to one Filipino party, That was pretty nice. It reminded me of the parties that we have in my from my culture as well. So that made me feel a bit welcome. But I never really got to go into depth, like the types of food, you know, landmarks, religion, stuff like that. I know that I think they were colonized by like the Spanish or Spanish speaking country, because I know that a lot of they still uphold a lot of influence from those countries. So yeah, the colonizers are back up to it again. Um, Eliza is the tallest of the group. I don't know if that means anything to anyone, but she's the tallest in the group. I don't know how tall I want her to be. I guess I can make her like 6 foot or something, just off the top of my head. Maybe like 6'2". Might even stretch it to 6'3". I don't know, but she's definitely the tallest of the group. The second being Alexa, then Jade, then Marie, and then Marie grows taller, and then she becomes taller than Jade, and closer to Alexa's height by the end of the show. So that's cool. Eliza in the prequel series, even though I'm drawing her with bangs here before the prequel series, she had no bangs or fringe. I don't know, it's up to you if you're American or British, but I'm British, so I'll call it a fringe. She cut her hair for her mother. Personally, I think the fringe looks nicer than her usual hair. I decided about it because a lot, like in the beginning, when I was about like 7 or 8, when I first thought of Eliza, who wasn't even called Eliza at that point, she was called Kirsty. Eliza's been through the most name changes out of all of the girls. She's been called the Kirsty, Chloe. I think at one point she was called Megan. She's gone through a lot of name changes over the time, and then I stuck with Eliza because that kind of stuck with me, and I thought that was a pretty name. She has no siblings. She's an only child, and she lives with her father. Her mother is dead, which is explored more in the main series. In the prequel series, she goes to Colombia to see her mother's side of the family, and this is the first time Eliza has seen her maternal side of the family since her mother died, so everyone's quite overwhelmed and emotional. And she's quite emotional too, because I don't think she's never been to Colombia before. This is her first time. She's very close with the culture there. Like, she herself knows a lot of Spanish, but she does know more Tagalog than she knows of Spanish, because obviously her dad's at home and her dad's alive, so they talk more in Tagalog than they do in Spanish. But to connect with her mother, she tries to learn Spanish, especially since she knows she's going to Colombia. Eliza is the type of person who loves to prepare herself for anything. She doesn't like to not be prepared. If she's not prepared, then she thinks that there's no point even doing what she's doing. So she's definitely someone who likes to be prepared for anything, She's the type of person who has all of those Smiggle highlighted scented pens on the first day of school. She's that one person who always has her homework ready no matter what. She's the person who has extra pads in her bag whenever necessary. She always has an emergency medic kit in her bag because she likes to be prepared for anything. And I think with that, I want to go into her relationship with her mother, and how the only reason that why she loves to be so prepared now is because she wasn't prepared for her mother's death. So she feels like now she needs to take more action into making sure she's ready in case anyone she cares about gets hurt. And there we go. Her favourite colour is purple, specifically lavender. She likes to say she likes the colour lavender, even though I guess that's more of a shade of purple than the colour purple. But lavender or pastel purple, she really loves those colours. Because I think since she's an air element, a lot of people associate the air element or air itself with the colour white. I was like, I don't think she's like wearing white all the time. You can't just wear full on white all the time, Even if it's white with like black lines on it, I feel like it would be a bit, cliche, or you'd like expect that to happen and be stereotypical. So I made it purple, her favourite colour purple. In terms of personality, she She is very smart, but she isn't the smartest of the group. The smartest would definitely be Alexa, which Eliza isn't really, happy about. She cares about Alexa, obviously, and she loves Alexa like a sister. She loves all the girls like they're her sisters, except for Jadalyn. She's still not really used to her, but she's quite jealous of Alexa because Alexa, she messes around quite a lot in life, and she's the type of person who doesn't do her homework on time. She does it like seconds before form time. She's the type of person who'd go drink. She's the type of person who'd go vape. She'd go out and have a party whenever she wanted. So she's not very serious about education, but she still is the smartest person in her year, and she gets accepted into everything all the time. And Eliza, she's not very happy about that. I mean, she's happy for her, but she's still a bit, iffy about it because Eliza put a lot of effort into getting where she is now, and for someone like Alexa to get into such a posh private school is a bit annoying for her. Even though the girls got in with a scholarship because they are elementals, and in the elemental universe, if you have elemental powers, you get into school straight away because it gives the school publicity. So they really like the idea of getting money and dosh from the media and stuff like that. But something I want to clarify in the show is that the popularity of the elementals has kind of died down, at least in the UK where the show is based, because they just don't really care about them that much. They don't really do anything. I guess it's only Alexa's family that people have their eyes set on because her father owns this company where, owns a water company, and he provides clean water for poor countries, so they're kind of rich, believe it or not. Eliza doesn't really do much. Her father doesn't really do any work that the media would see as incredible, so yeah, Eliza's quite jealous of Alexa for that. So you can see that the French romance, the friendship between Alexa and Eliza is a bit off. It's a bit dodgy because they do care about each other, but they are complete opposites. So a lot of people talk about that. They're like, how are you guys friends? How are you two friends if you are the complete opposite person? Eliza keeps to herself. She's a bit more shy, but she can be quite upfront when she's more confident. But she has to keep to herself. She actually has straight hair in the beginning of the show, and then after her chapter, she kind of loosens up and she kind of leaves her hair to be how it actually is, which is actually quite curly. But I don't know how to define curls in hair, and this is more like wavy. Sorry, not curly, wavy. So like beach waves, stuff like that. Much like Alexa. If I had a favorite, like a characteristic about Eliza, it would probably be her, in terms of personality, it would be her confidence, because even though she keeps more to herself, if she believes in something, she'll go all for it, and she'll make sure that she gets her point across. She's willing to listen to other people and their other opinions as well, but when she has her own opinion, she usually sticks to it, and it takes quite a while for her to accept that other people have opinions sometimes, but she is quite open to everything, and that's something I appreciate a lot about her. She can be quite uptight, but she's willing to listen if she has to. And in terms of my favourite characteristic, like as in her appearance, it'd probably be her lips. She has, I drew like a dark shading thing over her lips. It's not because she has black lips, it's because she has it's like an overbite but with your lip. I don't know what the word is. I need to go search that up. Yeah, I'm not really sure how to describe it. I think it's just an overbite, but she doesn't have an overbite with her teeth. It's more of her lips is slightly bigger, her upper lip, and it kind of overshadows her bottom lip a little bit, so it's more defined. That's why I made it black. And she does have straight teeth, don't worry, it's fine. Her teeth are fine. They're a bit crooked, but they're fine. And yeah, that's probably what I would like about her appearance wise. I also like her hair. I like the little fringe. I keep seeing bangs. I'm not American. I like her little fringe. It's quite very nice, especially later on in the series when she takes on more of her natural texture, and that's something to appreciate a bit more. Um, in terms of her story, I don't really want to spoil what her story is, but her chapter in the prequel series is more about getting to know her Colombian side of the family, getting to explore Colombia, and this is more of a magicified. I made up that word apparently. Magicified, you know, place where there's just magic in Colombia now, and I want to take up more of like the myths. I found some of the myths are really scary. Like, I don't think I've seen any like happy myths. All of them seem really scary. Like, I think there was this one lady I read about, can't remember her name, but I think she like seduces people by pretending to be like a woman, and then she eats them, and I was like, wow, okay, yikes. um the big bad at the end of her chapter is very, 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 very bad. And so bad and big that it transpires into the other girls' chapters, and they all have to fight the big bad together, except for Jade, because Jade doesn't have an elemental prequel chapter because she stays at home. At least that's what she believes. That the girls think. I don't know if the girls think that she's lying or not. That's something to find out later on when it actually comes out. Hopefully, if it ever does. So yeah, the prequel series is more about her meeting her family. The main series is more about her getting to find herself as a person after her mother died, because it's still something that haunts her. I mean, her mother died when she, like, just before she went into year 7, her mother died, and it took a big toll on her because her mother was really excited to see Eliza grow up, and what she wanted to take her to her wedding and stuff like that. And the story of how Eliza's mother, Adrienne, story of how Adrienne dies is said more later on in the show, and by later I mean in the last season of the show, the last chapter. That's when you find out how her mother dies, and yeah, it's pretty sad when you find out how she died. I don't want to spoil it now because I don't want to ruin it, because the show hasn't even come out yet, and it probably won't come out until like 2050 when I'm 45. So wait and see what happens. So in the main story, she comes out as this monotone, strict. She's really uptight. She's not laid back at all. She's always buried in studies, and the only reason why she even has a life is because of Marie and Alexa, who are part of the OG3. In the show, Jaden is supposed to be the newcomer. I use her as a way for people the viewers, by the way, to get to know the Elemental universe without it being like forced. So yeah, Alexa and Marie are the only reason why Eliza is a little bit relaxed than she appears. And throughout the season, she learns to kind of lay back a bit and enjoy life as it is at the moment, and have some fun, because in the show is based in year 11 of school. So this is her last year in secondary school, and the girls make sure that it's a fun year for her, and a year where she can open her eyes and realize that she doesn't need to be like her mother. She doesn't need to feel like it was her fault, because it wasn't her fault. If anything, it was the universe's fault for it, which Alexa jokes about a lot of the time, and they do go on a lot of adventures in her chapter. I feel like Eliza's chapter in the Elemental series is more of a test run, because I want to see how people react to certain episodes, what kind of episodes people like, if they like adventure episodes, or if they like more, I can't say slice of life because these people are like magical creatures, so it's not really slice of life, is it? Or if they like more school-based episodes, or home-based episodes, or family episodes, stuff like that. And there's a whole lot of mix of that in the Elemental show, so I think there will be something for everyone, which I'm grateful for. Um, yeah, I'm not really sure what to talk about. Oh yeah, in terms of um, using a drawing tablet, I'm hoping to get an iPad or maybe a tablet with a screen. But I can't really ask my parents for it, can I? Because they are a lot of money, like a lot of money. So I'm gonna have to work with what I have. I could start using my phone again to animate, but I kind of lost my skill for doing that. Like now, I can only like draw stick figures, and it's very pathetic. And I don't want to show you that because it's really sad. Um, Also, turns out Pixar. I think it's Disney Pixar. Correct me if I'm wrong. Who's producing a movie called Elemental, which was an absolute delight to hear because I realized that I am kind of screwed. Um, I think seeing that it would come up kind of gave me a bit more motivation to kind of hurry up with the show, because if I at least post something that has to do with elementals, my elementals, sorry, then maybe, I won't be in trouble for copying yet another form of media. Because I'm sure when I post elementals, people are going to already could be comparing it to Avatar, which is something I didn't want, because I even knew it was a show until like last year, and I swear with all my heart, I did not know it was about elementals, and I did not know the characters had similar storylines to mine, and I feel really bad about that. So with Elemental coming out from Disney Pixar, I believe again, I'm kind of worried about it, to be honest. I think that they take more of an inside out approach where the main characters are literally fire and water. So I think it would be quite an interesting movie to watch, and I want to give it a chance, to be honest. I think I might watch it. Um, so that's that. Um, yeah, if I've ever been worried about anything when it came to Elementals, it was about a show coming out exactly like Elementals, and that would honestly destroy me because I worked so hard on this. I mean, like 16 years of my life thinking about this show. It better come out. So, yeah, I've always been worried about time, not having the assets, and feeling like if I don't hurry up, I'm going to be left behind, and that someone is going to come out with a better show than me, and then no one's going to care about mine anymore, or they'll say I'm a copycat, because nowadays people are very aggressive. Like, you can get in trouble for anything nowadays. You can get cancelled for anything and everything, and I think that's very worrying about our generation, because what we're trying to do is trying to help people by cancelling those who have done wrong, but with that we are cancelling people who are innocent. I mean, I don't want to go into a whole cancelling episode because I could ramble on about that for ages, but what are you gonna do about it? I'm gonna post a show no matter what, even if there's another show that's similar to Elementals. I'm gonna still post about it anyway, because it's something I love and I care about. And if people don't like it, then people don't like it. If people like it, then good on me. I'm just gonna have to deal with what I got. So thank you for watching. Yeah, take care. Bye bye.